All right, everyone. A very good afternoon. I hope you all have had a great morning. I hope all of you are having a great afternoon as well. I mean, just to make sure, I hope everyone is here, being attentive, attending the second live streaming session for today. And I hope today's day is going fabulous for each and every one of you. All right, I hope everyone has got their pen, paper, coffee, tea, whatever is required to keep you going, to keep you focused. All right, so before we delve into the markets, a quick reminder in terms of people. Remember, we are having a lot of people who are coming into this live streaming session. So we have to make sure that people understand what I'm saying, correct? So a lot of people, Sophia is writing voice okay. So voice is okay. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you very much for your input. I hope everything is working. For the previous session, we had a small technical issue, but it was rectified. So we just want to make sure that everything is up and running smoothly. All right. Quickly, I was talking about where people had to let me know in the chat box in terms of whether people prefer to talk in English या अगर आपकी इंग्लिश कमज़ोर है और अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं हिंदी में भी बात करूं तो आप प्लीज़ कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखिए फॉर पीपल हु वांट मी टू टॉक इन इंग्लिश कैन प्रेस 1 फॉर पीपल हु जिनको इंग्लिश कम समझ में आती है और आप चाहते हो कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूं तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में 2 टाइप कर सकते हो राइट नंबर 2 so I hope this is very important to get across because I am putting in a lot of effort. I am putting in a lot of energy, but I need to make sure that all of you can understand. Okay? Again, I'm repeating for people who want me to continue in English, press 1. All right, type 1 in the comment box. And अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं हिंदी में भी ज़्यादा बात करूँ तो आप comment box में 2 लिख सकते हो. Right? Number 2. All right, so very good afternoon again. I hope everyone is having a good time. This is the one and only Harsh. Let me give you a small introduction for all those lovely people who are new to this live streaming session. I am Harsh. I have around 8 years of experience trading the financial markets. You heard that right, 8 years, right? So I mainly trade Forex, correct? The foreign exchange. I trade commodities such as oil, gold, platinum, copper, and I trade the US indices such as the Dow Jones 30, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100. Currently, we also are looking at the Indian share market, thereby looking at the Indian indices, which is the BSE and the NSE, as well as the Indian individual stocks. I am more of a technical trader, all right? So I'm like a tough, I'm a hardcore fan of technical analysis. I am more of a technical analyst who follows supply demand, trend analysis, Fibonacci ratios, you name it. I mean, a lot of technical analysis is what I look after. All right. So let's get started. Here at Dolphin Markets, we want to make sure that we provide you with the best sort of analysis, right? The best analysis, the best trading opportunities, aka hot stocks. You heard that right. We are trying to, establish our footprint in the financial markets by making sure we are able to add value to you people, right? So we have to make sure to do our best and provide you with the right set of information. So we provide you with analysis, we provide you with hot stocks, trading opportunities, right? Currently, we are providing hot stocks in the Indian share market, all right? And third but not the least, we provide you with trading education related to technical analysis, right? And who better than me to explain about technical analysis, correct? But this will be taking place in the third live streaming session. For all of those who are new to today's live streaming session, we make sure to be present 24 by 5. We have live streaming sessions 5 days a week, all right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I personally make sure that I am able to provide my experience, my expertise by giving 3 live streaming sessions. One live streaming that happens in the morning, the second that is happening right now. So it's almost 1 hour before the Indian stock market closes. So this is when our second live streaming session happens, and the third live streaming session happens once the markets are closed and we are looking at more from a technical analysis point of view. So that is the time when I will be focusing more on technical analysis, correct? So I hope everyone is able to understand and everyone has got a good understanding of how these live streaming sessions are categorized, correct? It happens 5 days a week, 5 days a week. Yeah, not a big joke, not a small deal. It's a very big accomplishment. And three live streaming sessions every working day. I mean, what else could you ask for? You're getting analysis, you are getting trading opportunities, hot stocks, you are getting education, technical analysis education. When you're getting a trifactor of all the benefits that one could ask for, why are you hesitant? Make sure you keep attending each and every session, right? Make sure you are able to attend as many sessions as possible, because when we come out with hot stocks, when we come out with trading opportunities, it is very important to understand that these trading opportunities can only arise once we are clear that everything has there are certain analysis that we need to do as traders and as analysts. So we need to make sure that we are able to provide you with the best opportunities, right? But when those opportunities arise, you never know, correct? They could happen in the morning once the live trading session is taking place for the first part. We can have it maybe now in this current session, right? So it's not like maybe it's not like we might be, just give me a minute, maybe there might not be an area or a part where you would be like, Harsh, should I keep making can I just attend the first session, can I just attend the second session? It's not like that, right? So you have to attend all the sessions. Make sure you have to be attentive. You need to make sure that you are attending the morning session, you're attending the afternoon session, and you're attending the evening session. It has to be put into your mind that when trading opportunities arise, they arise based on the market conditions. We cannot always pre-plan well in advance in terms of when it's happening. So make sure everyone is attending all the live streaming sessions, and once any trading opportunity comes across, you will be the first ones to know. All right. I hope everyone is having a good time. I hope people are able to understand the importance and the significance of why it is important to attend each and every trading session. There are many people who attend during the first half of the session, and for some people who get kind of lazy or who get bored of what we are talking, they miss out on trading opportunities. A lot of trading opportunities have come across where people have missed, have forgotten to take the trade because they were not present. So please do make sure that if and when you are attending, to keep it as consistent as possible. The more consistent you are, the more trading opportunities we can share. The more trading opportunities we can share to you, the more money you can make, right? I can see Sophia is in the house and she is always there, besides us. Like, she is there like my guiding star, because we need people to be not just present in the group, we need people to be reciprocative. I need people to, give me feedback. I need people to inform me if they are not understanding certain things, or if they have any issue, doubt, anything to clarify, right? So they can ask me. And these live trading sessions are mainly pertaining to providing you hot stocks, right? Because I can do all the talking in the world, but when people attend a live streaming session, reading a particular tagline of the title of the session, when they're like, wow, 97 percentage profitability in less than a month. So people need to be aware that such a service exists. There is a company out there who can provide you with these kind of services, and this is exactly we at Dolphin Markets are trying to do our best to make sure that we can provide you with the right set of information, right set of analysis, and making you money by providing you with trading opportunities, also known as hot stocks. You heard that right. We call these trading opportunities as hot stocks. All right, quickly, let's have a quick look at what the markets have been doing since morning. Remember, the markets have definitely been on the bullish sentiment, right? Our entire morning has gone in terms of understanding. All right, now there are certain sectors, especially the banking sector, right? The Nifty bank sector has been doing phenomenal for today, almost at an appreciation of around 3 to 5%. So they are the reasons why there is that catalyst. They have acted as a catalyst for flushing in the bulls to say that yes, now maybe it could be the end of the bearish sentiment and the onset of a bullish sentiment, right? So this is what we are currently seeing. Yes, the prices have been bullish approximately by a percentage of almost 1.44, right? So there has been almost a 1.44 appreciation in terms of price. Quickly looking at the other the other index, the smaller sibling index, right? The Sensex. It's following its elder siblings' footsteps. So in terms of the exact movement, right? On Friday, there was heavy bearishness, right? Because of pessimism, because of uncertainty, because of geopolitical events, and most importantly, because it was the end of the week. So, currently, being Monday, being the 28th of October, it's the onset of a new week. So, we have 5 more days for the market to continue, right? Yes, we have market timings, right? From 9:15 till 3:15 or 3:30. But what I'm trying to say is that the market will be opened for the week till Friday, correct? So now we can see that onset of bullish sentiment, right? We were even looking at the Nifty Bank, where the Nifty Bank has been doing pretty good. Remember, movement of almost, this is an index, a movement of almost 1%, right? So appreciation of, of the banking sector in terms of, let me show you the companies, especially which have been performing very well. So we have ICICI and we have SBI. Let's look at ICICI quickly. For people who are like, Harsh, when are you going to share us trading opportunities? Do not worry. We are analyzing the markets. We are, me and my team of analysts, researchers are putting in the hard work to make sure that we do provide with the trading hot stocks, with the trading opportunity, the hot stocks. But we need to make sure that all we have a checklist. I mean, we need to make sure all of those criterias have been tick mark. Only once it is tick marked can we give you the signal to yes, you can look for a trade. So certain companies whose quarterly earnings have done phenomenally well, right? One of those companies is ICICI. So their quarterly two earnings have been phenomenal. All right. I hope people are understanding. Any doubts, any queries, any questions, or for anyone who just wants to say hi, hello, Harsh, you're doing a great job. Please comment down in the chat box. It makes a ton of difference for me and my members here at Dolphin Markets so that we get inspired, we get motivated to provide you with more useful content and provide to give you more trading opportunities, right, to make you more money. So especially for a bank like ICI, when the quarterly earnings have been phenomenal, you see there is a huge spike in price, right? So when the earnings they are when the earnings surpass the expectations of what the investors or traders had in mind, this is the time when we see good phenomenal spikes, right? And on the other hand, when you have companies whose results have not been performing well, or whose quarterly earning reports have been uh, have not come out the way people or investors or traders had expected to, you have falls, right? Huge falls. So we have Indus Bank. I hope people can understand. Look at the difference. Both of them come into the banking sector. Yes, the overall banking sector has been doing well, right? For today, it's almost up by 1%. But please understand, when The one second, let me just type it up from the previous. So, like I had mentioned, the quarterly two earnings have been good. So that is the reason we have this spike in price. All right. I hope people are able to understand. I hope my voice is and any other technical difficulty we were having, everything is fixed. All right. Good. So when the quarterly two earnings have been phenomenal, you have these, rise in prices because of optimism, right? I hope people are able to understand, right? And on the other hand, when a company whose quarterly earning reports have not been at the level of what people had expected, what investors and traders had expected to, that is when have been disappointing, right? When quarterly earning two have been disappointing, this is when you have, these falls, and these falls happen when you have to understand that, in market everything is interconnected. It is not just about when things just because of one factor everything is attached. Everything has a chain of reactions based on everything is interconnected, correct? So when quarterly earnings have been disappointing, you have fall in price, right? And on the opposite side, when quarterly earnings have been appreciating in value, you have these signs of optimism. I hope people are understanding now. Sophia is telling I am planning to average down. Remember, guys and girls, men and beautiful women, we have been talking about this particular page where yes, we do talk about the profitability of what we have achieved in a month and a half. But please do understand that we even have certain trade ideas that have been shared before, correct? So there are certain, like how the banking sector is doing pretty well, correct? Even Sophia had even informed us that yes, the banking sector is doing well. So we had two stocks, two shares which are pertaining to the banking sector. We have first is RBL Bank. I hope people can see exactly what I'm focusing on. We have RBL Bank and we have Muthoot Finance Mutual Funds. So these two shares come into the banking sector. Now that the banking sector is doing pretty well, and since these trades have been given on 10th of October and 14th of October respectively, we just want to make sure that we don't want to miss out on the opportunity, right? Because trading is all about opportunities. So when Sophia is writing, I am planning to average down, I will explain what exactly that means. So first trade we are going to look at is Muthoot Finance Mutual Funds. All right, let me just go and type it out. It is listed on the NSE. We are talking about mutual funds. All right. So as you can see, we had talked about this particular date. Our first entry was shared on around 10th of October, right? Now remember, the markets will do what they have to do. We as analysts, we as traders can only speculate. We can do our due diligence. We can do the best we can in terms of analysis. But what the market will do, is completely dependent upon the market. We can only speculate. Speculating means calculative risk taking. All right, we are not gambling where we tell you to go all in one particular trade because of XYZ reasons. We just want to make sure that we are able to give you an overall depiction of yes, we have positive factors, we have fundamental factors that are showcasing strength in the company. We have the technical analysis point of view that is showcasing that yes, they are giving a sign, and that is when we would provide you with these trading opportunities. So nonetheless, with current prices, when we have provided you with entry one, currently the prices are at entry two. As you can see, prices have corrected themselves quite significantly. Now with the banking sector having that positive outlook that yes, the markets are starting for the week, they have started on a very positive note. So When Sophia is writing, I am planning to average down, the meaning is that if you enter right now where the price is from your entry one, if you take another trade at entry two, the price averages to the middle, right? So to give you a simple perspective of what does averaging mean, our entry one was at around 220, right? Let me just give you some figures. So 220, and if we do add again at 204, so it is basically 220 plus 204, right? I hope people are able to understand. This is simple mathematics, right? We are just trying to get the average, the overall average cost divided by 2, the value that comes across this, right? Let me just quickly open and let me check it out myself. So 220 plus 204 on an average, right? This is like straight numbers that we are coming across divided by 2. So it comes to 212. So on an average, you have a price of around 212. I hope everyone can see my orange color dotted line, right? So your price, which was at 222, will start, get averaged because of the current price you're planning to enter for a second trade, and the prices will get averaged, they will come lower. So that means that it will be quicker for prices to come back, the moment you start to make profits again. So for anyone who has any doubts as to what has to be done, I think it is a good time to average in Muthoot Finance and Muthoot Microfinance. My apologies. It is Muthoot Microfinance. All right. And the second trade that we were talking about, which was also shared in the PPT, sorry, in the Excel, right? We are talking about RBL Bank. I hope everyone can see my screen, right? So the RBL Bank trading opportunity was given to you beautiful people on the 14th of October. Yes, these current trades are currently doing their they're currently not going in our current favor, but nonetheless, because the banking sector is doing well, I would suggest even for RBL Bank, which was given to you on 14th of October with an entry of around 200 to 220 or 205, we can again try to look for adding a second position, right? So let us go to RBL Bank, which is listed on the NSE. All right. So RBL Bank listed on the NSE, as we had even mentioned in the morning, that since our entry one was at around 200 205 level, yes, we expected prices to continue up from that area. But remember, the markets are subjected to market fluctuations, right? So please be aware that the prices right now have been going lower. Having said that, a company like RBL, a company like Muthoot Microfinance, who are listed on the NSE or the BSE, these are companies that have proven the test of time to withstand fluctuations, right? These companies are not going anywhere. So please understand that when such companies are having correction phases, and if we provide you with a trading opportunity that for some reason is not yet being profitable, this is the time to take the decision to add, so that you can recover the you can hit bigger profits, and you can hit profits quickly. Similar scenario, as you can see, we had mentioned entry one at around 200. Right now the price is at 167, right? So 167.5. For we do plan to decide to take our entry over here, currently where the market is, the average price again. So what is the calculation for this? Again, it's going to be 200 plus 167.5 divided by 2. So this is the value that your average price will come to. Let me quickly use the calculator to give you the answer. 200 plus 167.5, right, divided by 2, it plus or minus comes to 183.75. 183.75. Let me just quickly put the values. So this is the average price that we would be wanting. So if you can clearly see, rather than you waiting for price to come back to entry one, then you will start making profits. If you are able to add another trade, your average price falls down to 183.75. That makes it quicker for you to make profits. All right. Sophia is asking the surge in bank stocks, does it mean that the bull market is back? Sophia, let me answer it this way. Just because the bank sector is doing phenomenal for today, does that indicate that even the Nifty or even the BSE will be, always in a bullish phase? It is not the case, because the banking sector is a portion of the entire economy. We have a huge economy comprising of various sectors, correct? We have the real estate sector, we have aeronautical sector, we have the defense sector, we have the infrastructure sector, we have the hospitality sector, we have the medical sector, we have the government official public sector. So many sectors right now. When a particular sector is performing, it indicates that the majority of the companies in that particular sector are doing good. But if you look at it from an overall perspective of will the entire economy be bullish, that becomes a little subjective, because it is only the current sector that is currently showing strength in the economy, rather than looking at the entire sector. So I hope that gives you a quite understanding. Yes, the banking sector is doing well, and since we already have two trading opportunities which are related to the banking and the financial service sector, we do expect that yes, since prices had already we had entered almost 2 weeks back, right? Muthoot Microfinance was given around 10th of October, and RBL Bank was given around 14th. So it's always been around 2 weeks. So with the prices, correcting themselves, and with its correction comes a discounted price, right? When you are able to get the same share at a much lesser price, it is always sensible. It is always wise to enter, correct? So we would highly suggest you to take two trades, one trade on Muthoot Microfinance, one additional trade on Muthoot Finance and one additional trade on RBL Bank, right? I hope that gives you a clear understanding. Right now, the other sectors are still not exactly performing the way we had expected. The other sectors, all right? We are not talking about we're talking about the other sectors such as infrastructure, real estate, medical, so on and so forth. So currently, with the banking sector performing good, we want to make sure that the hot stocks we had given you provided based on those in that particular sector, should not be missed upon. I hope that gives you a clear understanding. There was one article that had come across in the afternoon, and it was of importance for me to show you, and that was this one. One second. Yeah, as you can see, I hope everyone can see my screen, correct? Make sure you keep your fluids on point, all right? Make sure you drink as much of water, you consume as much of fluids, right? So that it keeps you hydrated. Hydration is very important, right? So, one we were talking of me. I remember Sophia asking me this, that FIIs are currently, yes, they are pulling out a lot of funds. So, what does that indicate for the Indian economy, right? And that is what I had even showcased you, that yes, the foreign institution investors are pulling out the funds, but the domestic institution investors are again making sure to flush in the economy with more, funds, with more capital. So, what I'm trying to show you with this article is that with the FIs pulling out the funds, there are other FIIs who are willing, again pump the Indian economy. So as you can see, the Swiss company set sights on India as 100 billion trade pact, promises more opportunity. These are optimistic articles, which, remember, no one can just post any random article. When a group of Swiss companies here, we are going to talk about the investments in India by Swiss companies, such as ABB and transport from Kuehne Nagel on the rise with 100 billion regional trade deal expected to further open up, to business longer towards China. So unlike when you read such articles which showcase that there are companies and big companies, with a value of almost 100 billion, for a trade pact, it definitely promises a big surge of optimism in the Indian economy, correct? So yes, the markets are correcting themselves, but when I always talk about, when you look at the market from a bigger point view, right? It's like, what is the Nifty? What is the Sensex? The Nifty and the Sensex are what? They are barometers. They are measurement tools to understand, to gauge how well the market is doing, correct? So yes, the markets has been correcting, but when you have, you know, when you have certain articles, let me just get back to that article to show you again. So when you have such articles, correct, that showcases certain optimistic, when they provide such kind of optimistic news events, right? Let me just delete what is not required. So when you have Swiss companies, who are looking at India with almost 100 billion trade pact, then definitely when you have something like this, that definitely adds a point of optimism that yes, now if a country like Switzerland, Switzerland is a developed nation, it's a beautiful nation. A lot of Bollywood movies have been shot in Switzerland. It's a beautiful place, and companies over there are doing phenomenally well. So when those companies in Switzerland, they look at India and be like, yes, we can do. I guess this is the right opportunity to, inject the Indian economy with, our trade plan in terms of, having a pact of around $100 billion. It definitely, adds to the optimism. So for people who are like, oh, but the market is not showing clear direction. Yes, the market might be correcting, but in the long term, the prices need to go up. Why? Because it signifies the economy of a country, and the economy of a country, especially like the one in India, has promising future, right? Has promising future prospects. So we try to connect as many dots as possible to give you the right piece of information. I hope everyone is understanding. I hope everyone is, uh, feeling happy. I'm able to provide you with the right information. I'm trying to connect as many dots as possible so that everyone over here can, understand and, you know, uh, take a call for themselves that yes, Harsh, you're talking about this, you're talking about that, and when we try to connect the two, then it makes more sense, and now we are better informed, we are better educated, we understand. And when I'm always here to provide you trading opportunities, aka hot stocks, so when hot stocks come out, you would be the first ones to know. So imagine you're getting good analysis, you're getting good trading opportunities, and during the third session, we even provide you with technical analysis, education pertaining to technical analysis. So there is so much here to provide you. So I hope everyone is optimistic. Everyone is eager to be attentive, to keep attending all these live streaming sessions for their own benefits, because they understand that me, that is Harsh, and Dolphin Markets as a whole are here to provide you with the best products and services, right? All right, so I hope everyone gets a good understanding. These articles, that definitely, make you think that okay, why the markets are behaving in a particular way? Why is the price correcting? Or how are certain articles like this, out there to provide optimism, right? To investors, to traders like you and me, so that we can, be aware about it and take decisions based on it. Quickly, let's have a look at what the sector analysis is showing entirely. Apparently, as of today, electricals are been doing pretty well. Trading, real estate, containers, and packaging are also doing pretty well as agriculture. Interesting. For all those other people who have still not been aware of what is the potential that we are able, to get to the table, right? We want to make sure that these live streaming sessions, especially the ones that happened in the morning and the ones that are happening right now, the second live streaming sessions, are when the markets are running. Now, when the markets are running, the prices are fluctuating. When the prices are fluctuating, we want to make sure that once we are cleared with any trade opportunities coming across, with any kind of, hot stocks coming across, We want to make sure that we are able to provide you, right, with the right set of tools so that you can make money and you can understand the potential that we are able to bring to you, all right, with the amount of value that we are able to add to you. One trade idea that was shared a couple of in the last week, I would say, is when we had planned to enter NACP at around 125. I hope people can see my screen, and I hope that I am audible, right? I hope everything is fine. So we had given a trade idea where prices had entered at 125 with a target. Remember, we provide you with targets. We provide you with target one and target two, but we have also started to understand that people want to make money quickly. So we use a 5% target as a benchmark to notify, the client, the customers that yes, price is approaching 5%, and rather than waiting for prices to correct, they can close the trade at 5% and make money. And that is what exactly a trade like NACP has done, where we had entered at around 23rd of October, and within 2 days we had made 5%. Imagine which trading instrument, which financial instrument provides you, a return of around 5% in just 2 or 3 days. Sophia is writing there hasn't been much movement in the manufacturing sector today. We will get into it, Sophia. Do not worry, and the bank stocks are far ahead of the pack. Exactly, Sophia. Currently, the banking sector is the sector that is spearheading the Indian economy as of today. So, always there is going to be an economy that is responsible for pushing, right? That is responsible for lifting the economy as a whole, and that is exactly that we have been talking about. Not just a sector, but the companies in those particular sector. There are some companies which are really optimistic, right? A very clear example had been about ICICI Bank, right? I hope everyone remembers, right? We just talked about it a couple of around half an hour back. When the quarterly earning reports are phenomenal, that is when people understand that yes, the results have outshined the expectations of what the investors, traders had. Those are the times when the companies, a company like ICICI, another company like SBI. I hope people understand this, right? Another company like SBI, yes, it's been, when the quarterly earning reports come out to be positive, that is the time when you have these huge movements of bull price, right? Which other company we were looking at? We were looking at even Infosys. Let's have a quick look at what Infosys is showing. Infosys also had positive data that could be seen in terms of the bullish movement as of today, right? I hope people are able to understand. I'm trying to connect as many dots as possible. When Sophia is telling in terms of, the manufacturing sector, yeah? So the manufacturing sector has not been there hasn't been much movement in the manufacturing sector. That is correct, Sophia, because this is how we try to analyze or gauge which sector is performing, which sector is not performing that well. So please, for everyone out there who thinks or who wants to know more about sector analysis, how a particular sector affects the entire economy, this website www.moneycontrol.com/markets/sector analysis. This is a very good website for people to understand and to get a gauge as to how which sector is performing. Remember, we have different uh, what you call tools in terms of analyzing. One is an intraday, which is also called as 1 day. The other is 5 days. So there are 5 working days in a week, correct? So it's more of a weekly outlook. Then we have the monthly outlook, we have the quarterly outlook, and we have the semi annual outlook, the yearly outlook, the 3 yearly outlook, and last but not the least, the 5 yearly outlook. Right? I hope everyone understands. So, as you can see, the manufacturing sector is not even in the top performing sectors, right? So, that is one of the reasons. Not just that the sector is performing, but it is currently at a slight deficit of negative 1.25. So that is the reason there has not been much movement, or there is still bearish sentiment pertaining to the manufacturing sector today. I hope that answers your question, Sophia. If yes, put a thumbs up in the comment box. All right. Quick look at what the Sensex. Remember, we have to just be aware as what the markets are showing. If and when a trading opportunity arises, do not worry. I will make sure personally to provide you with the hot stock the moment we come across. For people who have taken the trades that we had mentioned, right? RBL Bank and Muthoot Microfinance, right? Please make sure that if you have taken those trades on the 10th and 14th of October, right now the market is at a better position to add. Remember, we want to make sure that we can, make money quickly. So please add your second trades on Muthoot Microfinance and RBL Bank. I hope that makes it very clear, all right? Otherwise, we don't want people to come back and say that harsh, but we are not able to, this trade is running here, that trade is not doing well. That is what exactly we are trying to do every day as we analyze the markets, correct? The more we analyze the markets, the more we analyze the markets, the better the clarity in terms of, all right, so is it exactly, the way that we are planning to, foresee, to predict, to do our speculation, to do our analysis, and that is when we would provide you with the right set of information. Mr. Lee is in the house again. Thank you, Lee, for being in the house. It makes a lot of difference with your presence because that is the time for us. That is the time for me to gauge how well the people on the other side of this beautiful camera are able to understand. Remember, I'm talking to a camera, right? So I have a camera over here. I hope people can see, but I'm not able to see through the camera to look at how everyone is, whether they are being attentive, whether they are sleeping, whether they are hyper. So please make sure to pay attention, and as and how the market, unveils itself on a daily basis, that is when we would, keep providing you with updates. All right. So I hope that gives you a clear understanding. Make sure people, it's very important to understand the intensity at which we are having the, our profitability. Yes, it is very, very, very important to showcase this again and again, because as and how we have new people coming into the community, as and how we have, people who are very curious to understand what exactly is this 97 profitability. Will it hit 100%? That is exactly what we're trying to, trying to achieve. That is what we are trying to work hard. Sophia writes, I'm feeling quite at ease and successful in my current live streaming. Thank you, Sophia. It means a lot. Thank you very much, because that is how, we understand that yes, what we provide you in terms of education, what we provide you in terms of trading opportunities, what we provide you in terms of analysis is making sense, correct? To handle with ease. Yes, Sophia, I'm trying my best to make sure that yes, we provide you with all the necessary information. We try to connect as many dots as possible so that we just don't want to, talk in the air. We want to show you with practical examples, with real life, real time trading examples as to when trading opportunities are given, how we are making money, how come we are able to attain a 97 profitability in less than 2 months, just a month and a half, and we're already sitting at a 97 profitability with a span of 26 trades, right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not one or two or three trades. We are talking of almost 26 to 27 trades. So we are not just looking at, or we are not eyeballing at one, two trades, and we are trying to, double or triple the size of our investments. We are giving you consistent trades, right? Yes, we have certain trades which are running, and that is exactly what my point was for today. Remember, the markets are going to do what they have to do. You and me as investors and traders can only do our due diligence to make sure that we overall as a whole are making good money. Whether one trade is not making, two trades, three trades are not doing well, that is not a concern. Is the majority of our portfolio doing well? Is the majority of the trades that we have taken doing well? If we are doing well, then that's good, correct? So two trades that were discussed today. Please make sure. Yes, Sophia writes right now it's all about sector rotation. That is correct, Sophia. Certain sectors are outperforming, certain sectors are underperforming. Will one sector always outperform? Not at all. There are certain factors, in the economy. Certain sectors are in more demand, certain sectors are in less demand. When the demand of a particular sector rises, the optimism rises. If the optimism rises, the value rises, right? And similarly, vice versa. If a sector is not performing well and is undervaluing itself, maybe because there are some factors which are responsible for that degradation of prices. So there would be a lot of doubt, there would be a lot of insecurity, correct? With all these insecurities going on, people would be pessimistic for that moment to, to invest in that sector, to invest in companies of that sector. And that is the reason why, you have certain time when sectors are not doing well, but then they start doing well, and vice versa. Certain companies, certain sectors would be doing well, but then they start to underperform and they start to not perform well. So I hope everyone is ready. Two trade ideas which were given, right? To add the second position. For people who haven't added and who are like, Harsh, can we take it? Yes, you can, because remember, our hot stocks, our trading opportunities are provided after a strict due diligence, right? So if you are getting another opportunity to enter, or for people who haven't entered and they are writing that, Harsh, can we plan to enter? Then I would say yes, you can enter, all right, those trades. Please be aware of the fact that yes, a 97 profitability in a span of 1 month, 1.5 months, right? It's no small joke. It's a very big accomplishment. Please try to understand. We want to prove our strategy. We want to prove our confidence in the Indian share market by giving you real time analysis, right? Real time trading opportunities. If we can perform so well in the in the Indian share market, we can very well be assured we can perform much better in the FX and the Forex and CFDs and gold markets. I hope a lot of people are here. We did a lot of talks about how the market has its own, how the Indian share market has its own disadvantages, right? In terms of time, we can only trade from morning till afternoon when the Indian share market is open. We do not have a leverage of more than 1 is to 5. When prices are correcting, sorry, when we are intraday trading, we can only have a leverage of 1 is to 5, right? So when certain you have all these kind of limitations, these all are nothing but the limitations of the share market. I hope people are able to understand. 1 is to 5, we have the timings that are, which are not favorable, not if for people who are right now working. All right, for people who are working, who do not have time during the day when the share market is running, how will they make money? How can they trade money, right? That is exactly what we are trying to tell you. When we have, other markets which are much bigger, which, are more which provide more offerings, why would you want to go for a market that has restrictions, right? So limitation, we have, 1 is to 5 as leverage. Only 1 is to 5, yeah. Only 1 is to 5 as leverage, and that too, that is during intraday. Imagine once you start trading, if you want to hold positions overnight, you will lose on the leverage. The timings are not, conducive for everyone. Everyone who works in the morning cannot have the opportunity to keep taking trades, correct? And in terms of longs and shorts, it's majorly like, you get the point. You can take longs and hold, but the leverage. One second, I made a mistake over here. Yes, only 1 is to 5 as leverage. The timings also, right? And you need big capital. Remember that, because big capital to start with. These are some of the limitations that has been of my, that I am aware of, as because I'm a trader myself and I trade not the English share market, but I focus mainly towards the forex, so I can understand and I can explain it to you from a better perspective, right? When you get only 1:5 as leverage, that too only for that day, only for that day when the share market is open. Your timings, you can only trade from between, again, it's going to be 9:15 to 3:15, right? 3:15, I know the market is open till 3:30, but if you have any positions in the market, the positions start to close, all right? So 9:15 a.m. 9:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. and you require big capital, right? If you're going to look at certain blue chip companies who are over expensive, just to buy one share, you will need thousands of rupees to invest, right? And vice versa. So there's a lot of limitations of the share market, and that is when we at Dolphin Markets, who are a forex and CFD provider, look, we provide you with a platform with a brokerage service that lets you trade forex, that lets you trade gold, that lets you trade CFDs. CFDs are certificates for difference. They are identical to their parent derivative. We'll talk a lot about it. We'll talk about how the platform looks. What are the plus points? What are the there are hardly any negative points, but what are the benefits of that, right? Looking at the limitations of the share markets to looking at the benefits, right? Of Because everyone we wants who is here, who is attending this particular live streaming session, not to make money. I'm pretty sure each and every one of you out here is attending this particular live streaming session for knowing how to make money. One is that we are providing you with live trading opportunities in the Indian share market. But for people who are like, but Harsh, how do you? What about the FX market? What about the forex and the gold markets? So that is exactly what we are here to provide you with the service, with the platform, with the brokerage service, as well as trading opportunities, which will be more based on forex and the gold market. So the benefits of FX, exactly, it's going to be the same when you have a limitation of just 1:5, right? 1:5 in this English share market, you have a minimum leverage of 1:100, right? In the FX markets, in the FX and gold markets. Remember, when I'm talking about FX, I'm also talking about gold, all right? So 1:100 as leverage. Then what else do we have? Timings. We don't have to bother of timings, as timings are 24 by 5, right? 24 by 5. Then what else? You don't require that big. You can start even with small capital. So there are so many points that we are covering over here, and these all points make a lot of sense when you talk about what are the limitations, and for people who are like they want to understand how the markets work. That is exactly what we are trying to provide you. When we have limitations of the English share market, which are of these kind of which have such limitations, you have the other side of the forex markets, the points which are the markets which require less capital, which provide you with more leverage, which do not have any limitation as to whether you want to short or go long. You can go long as well as short. There is no problem in terms of what the markets will do, whether can we only trade in a particular direction, can we make what you call, can we hold positions. So many factors are taken into consideration. So once you're only looking at into the share market, our reason for providing you with this analysis is to showcase that yes, money can be made in the English share market, which we have already proved for the last month and a half. But when people come back to tell me like, but Harsh, what about, do you make money in the forex and gold markets? We are like, that's exactly what our services are. Our services as part of Dolphin Markets, the English share market is only a very small service that we provide to you. We have much more services that we provide which are pertaining to the forex and the gold markets, right? We cater to the international markets, to the international markets. The England stock market is a small market, but the forex is a huge market, right? Very huge market. I hope people are able to understand the limitations and the benefits. Very important. When the prices are moving, there is bearish sentiment still. Today has been a bullish. Today has been more of an optimistic nature, where you have the Nifty Bank sector, which is acting as a catalyst to lift prices up, to lift the index up. But when you have the overall sentiment still bearish, right? I keep mentioning this again and again. When we still have the FIIs are still are still pulling out funds from the economy. The FIIs are still, at a deficit of 3,036 crores. Yes, the DIIs have started to, surplus, but still, when the FIIs are still overall, I'm not talking about one company. We talked about the article, right, where you have these Swiss companies which are doing phenomenally or which are planning to enter the market, right? We talked about the Swiss markets. Where is it? Let me quickly have a look. Give me a minute. Let me have my fluids. We had mentioned about how the Swiss companies, ABB, a very prominent company in Switzerland, is planning to invest 100 billion as part of a trade pact, right, to empower India's economy. I guess I had come across it in. It has to be based on, I guess it was on Economic Times, but you get the point, right? I mean, you can already check it. We had talked about how Switzerland's prominent companies are planning to establish they want to establish positions in the Indian economy by injecting $100 billion worth of a business deal pack, right? So it's a huge. This is exactly what we're talking about. So when companies like in the when the Switzerland based companies are looking at India to set up 100 billion trade impact, yes, currently looking at the charts again, there is bearish sentiment yet, right? But with the overall sentiment that being bearish, people are still skeptical. Remember, when you're trading in the Indian share market, you can take shorts, but that shorts are only intraday. You cannot hold it for the next day, right? That is not allowed in the Indian share market. That is why we are providing you with better opportunities on on bigger other international markets, right? That is the reason we talk about these points, which are very important. Well, if someone is like Harsh, that is great. Let us, if you want to know more about it, how you can, start with the platform, any technical query, any kind of, question pertaining, you can get back to me. I will make sure that my team of assistants can provide you with any sort of, any kind of support, any kind of customer support you require, my team of assistants can provide you with the right information. All right. I hope people are able to understand, right? I hope we have been talking a lot. I have been talking a lot. You have been listening a lot. So there is a lot of, uh, exchange of information. But for me to understand or for me to, gauge whether I'm providing it to you in the right set, or whether are you able to, understand it from whether you're, clear. If you do not have any doubts, then that's good. But for people who are like, but I think I have a question in mind which I'm not able to, understand. Please write down in the comment box. If you write down in the comment box, I can read it. And if I read it, then I can answer it back to you, right? Look at Sophia, look at Mr. Lee, when they keep writing questions, when they keep asking me questions, then I'm able to understand that yes, there is some point where someone is having an issue or someone is not able to understand, and that is where I try to come and I try to rectify. It could be anything as as simple as, okay, maybe I didn't understand a particular point, or maybe, Harsh, could you explain to me this in a better fashion, or Harsh, could we look at this particular stock? The more interactive you make it, the more better for me, because then I can reciprocate and then we can understand each other, because these live trading sessions for number one point of having these live trading sessions is to make money. But the second important reason for having these live trading sessions is to understand that yes, one is that we are providing you with trading opportunities to make you money. But secondly, we are also providing you with, people like Harsh who can, explain well and complex concepts into very simplified meanings, correct? So the more I'm able to understand by your feedback, by your satisfaction based on the services that we are providing, the better we will be able to improve our skills, improve our services to you too. I mean, if you're getting analysis, if you're getting trading opportunities, and if you're getting trading education, you are getting everything at your disposal. There is no other service provider out there who is providing you with such valuable information. People provide you with brokerage services, so we will give you the cheapest prices possible. We will get you the best deals, but we are the first ones in this current market who are providing you all this information. Remember, for looking at this is how basically our platform looks. All right, we will talk a lot about it, but maybe in the next live streaming session, right, which would be more pertaining to how the platform looks, what is forex, how forex works, so on and so forth. So please make sure to be attentive. In the third, come back to the third live streaming session. We will talk a lot about how the platform looks, how the how our trades place, so on and so forth. So please make sure you keep attending. All right, we were talking about this. So remember, we are proving ourselves. It is not just about you know mentioning that yeah, we might be this is not these are all real time trading opportunities that arise back from 18th. I hope people can see where my mouse is. 18th of September. All right, right from 18th of September all the way till 23rd of September, when the last trade was closed at the profit. We are currently sitting at 97 with 27 trades which have been completed. So please understand, we are providing you with very valuable information, and all this information for the time being. Remember, the reason we are providing you with all the many people come back to me and they're like, Harsh, if you're doing so well, why are you selling it for free? And to all those people who keep asking me about if you're doing so well, why are you providing it for free? The answer is that we are establishing our place in the Indian market. And the only way where we can, establish our footing in the Indian market is by providing you with valuable information at no cost. If we are able to provide you with such great profitability rates at no cost whatsoever, imagine the power that we are bringing to you. You are able to make 97 for people who started with 1000 rupees would be sitting at 1000 1097 1970 rupees. For people who had started investing in trades at 10,000 rupees would be sitting at 19,700, right? So you understand, we are playing with a profitability of 90%. So how much have you started with? Imagine you have almost made double of that. So much of benefits we are providing to you in terms of information at no cost whatsoever. Just to give you a clear fact, the same services that Dolphin Markets provides in the other countries. Remember, Dolphin Markets is not just present in, is not starting in just in India. Dolphin Markets has its presence in UK, USA, Australia. We are already very well established in these three countries. So if we were to provide a similar offering back in those countries, we would be charging a minimum of $10,000 to $20,000. That is correct. I'm like, imagine that is very expensive. If you do the conversion rates, you will understand that how expensive it becomes to the other countries because we are very well established. But when it comes to the Indian continent, right, where we want to make sure that we are able to establish our business and build it, in the long run. We want to make sure that we provide you with the best information at literally zero cost, like no cost whatsoever. So please understand that if we can do so well in the Indian share market, we can very well do much better in the international markets as well, such as Forex and the gold markets. I hope people are able to understand. I hope people can, comment down and say that, Harsh, that is phenomenal. You providing us with golden nuggets at zero cost, it's like the best deal. We are literally providing you, we are making you rich at zero cost. Which other company in this world, I would say, that provides such a service? So please understand that we right now are trying our best to just, provide as much of useful content, as much of benefits, as much of, a service that we can provide to the community as a whole, so that they understand that yes, we are there for the long term. We are here to make both, make you as well as us rich, right? We are making you profitable. Remember, for people who are following, are already sitting at 97% profitability, with all the differences that we have shown, that yes, even though we are providing you with a 97% profitability in markets that do not provide you with much leverage, that have problems of timings, and that require big capital to start. If we can replicate the same strategies onto the forex and the gold markets, where you have more leverage, you do not have any problems of timings, and you can start with small capitals as less as $100. So imagine the power we are bringing to you, right? I hope everyone understands this. This is so important. All right. Is everyone understanding? Is everyone understanding? Please give me either an okay sign or a thumbs up sign. All right. Let me give you a quick summary as to what we have said. Remember, these live streaming sessions are happening 5 days a week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 working days a week. I myself am, making sure to provide you with these live streaming sessions 3 times a day, right? Once in the morning when the market has opened, when the Indian share market has opened, once in the afternoon when the market is just about to close. As you can see, not just about to close, but 1 hour before the market closes. So right now, the timing right now in India is 3:18, and the markets have just started to, close. Like, you would not be able to carry out any trading operations for now, but the market overall closes by 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And the third live streaming session happens once the market has closed, and we look at it from a technical perspective. Why certain trades were, taken, what was the reason behind taking trades, and providing you with, most importantly, with technical analysis education based on technical analysis. We will also delve into how the platform looks. What is the difference between the Indian brokerage accounts, and what is the difference between dolphin markets, right? So we will discuss so much about how to use the platform, what are the benefits, how to look at the platform. Don't worry, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. So please make sure to tune in to the third live streaming. This is currently the second live streaming session. Please make sure to tune in to the third live streaming session. We are going to discuss so many things, right? When I start to talk and I get so carried away, and I feel good about it because I'm able to provide with, valuable information to you beautiful people. So I feel privileged, and I feel happy to, make sure that I'm able to utilize my skills to the betterment of our community. That is for all you beautiful people. So we did talk about how the markets have been today bullish in terms of the banking sector had a strong influence in today's, bullish sentiment. Having said that, the FIIs have still been, responsible for pulling out funds. So you can still see that there is still, a bearish, a bearish sentiment. We had shown you this picture in the morning, but for all those people who were not present this morning, this has been the current bearish sentiment still. Yes, there is sentiment of bullishness as of today, with the bullishness being at around 7%. But as you can see, in terms of being bearish, we still are at 57. All right. So still the market is still, deciding, yes, today is positive. Let's hope that the next days are also positive, so on and so forth. And that is the reason why, when we have such limitations in the share market, where we cannot go long, we cannot go short and hold trades, we can only go long and hold trades, and we have problems and limitations of leverage, where if we want to trade intraday, we can go at 1 is to 5 times, right? But if you want to hold the positions for the next day or for the day after, then your leverage shrinks from 1 is to 5 to 1 is to 1. So indeed, it requires more capital, more time, more energy, more effort. So when you can get better facilities, better options in the international markets, such as the forex and the gold markets, providing you 1 is to 100 leverage, no problems of market timings. It's open right from 24 hours a day, 5 times a week, right? Right from I guess in the morning, around it's going to be around 3:30 England Standard Time. The market is open all the way till 3 yeah, 3:25. So there is just a 5 minute break. Once the market, just a 5 minute break, not even more than 5 minutes. You can trade in the morning, you can trade in the afternoon, you can trade at night, you can trade at midnight. You get the point. There is no limitations of the Indian share market that has timings, specific timings to trade. So when you get such benefits, right? I mean, we would highly suggest you to focus on, these factors. It is very important that you understand, right? And we ourselves are a forex broker service provider. So please try to understand the power we are bringing to the table. If we can perform well in the Indian share market, we better can perform much better in the international, in the forex and gold markets. So I hope we have covered most of the points. We even did talk about the Swiss company ABB, and one more company which were planning to inject the Indian economy by $100 billion based on a trade pact. All right, so all towards uplifting the Indian economy. So there is optimism in the market. There is optimism in the Indian market, but with the current bearishness and with the current sentiment of people still being, having a slightly negative outlook, we still want to be, be aware. Yes, like how we are adding positions. I hope everyone remembers, right, for trades that were provided in terms of RBL Bank and Muthoot Microfinance. When these two companies, currently, as you can see, we had already given a trading opportunity at entry one. Yes, the markets did not, respect our analysis, but understand, the market does not consider about harsh or about you in person. The market runs as an overall perspective of the overall number of people who are, buying and selling. So nonetheless, since prices have come lower and prices have come to an interesting area of, where prices had bounced, we can add another position to reduce our, average price. So rather than waiting for prices to come back to entry one before you start making money, if you do enter at entry two, you will be able to, make money quickly, because now the average price has fallen down. So we would highly suggest for people who have taken a trade, and who want to add another position. So Sophia had asked about this, and we have said that yes, you can add. Similarly, we did talk about Muthoot, right? Muthoot Microfinance. Muthoot Microfinance. So for this particular company as well, the entry was given, I guess, on around 10th of October. But nonetheless, since prices have come back to favorable areas of support, and we can see that price is kind of getting rejected, we can, take the second trade to reduce our average price, to, to make money quickly, because now you don't want price to reach back to entry one. You want prices to reach back to the average price, right? The average of the two entries. And that is when, the moment it touches the average price, is when you will start to make money overall. All right. So I hope people have understood a good amount of information that has been disclosed today. Yes, the markets have been bullish today, but Just looking at the overall consensus, it's like an oil tanker. I keep saying the financial markets, especially the Indian markets, are like an oil tanker. They take time to turn, right? So when they take time to turn, many people want quick results. So that is the reason we keep emphasizing, and we will keep emphasizing on making sure to keep educating, our people in terms of which markets are the markets to look at, and so on and so forth. I hope people are able to understand. I hope if there are any doubts, any queries, please do let me know, because we are running short of time. And please make sure to come for the third live streaming session. All right, the third live streaming session is where the real magic takes place, right? Because when the Indian share market is closed, the other markets are up and running already. So if you did not have opportunities in the Indian share market, we might have opportunities in the forex and gold markets. That is the entire reason. It's like we have a saying where the Indian share market acts as the left hand, and the forex and gold markets act as the right hand. When you can make money from both sides, who will be happy, who will be at the top of cloud nine? You, right? So that is the reason we are trying to make show you. We are trying to showcase a potential of you able to make money in the Indian share markets, as well as you being able to make money in the forex markets, right? And we at Dolphin Markets, who are also a service forex service broker provider, can be the best, destination when it comes to people who are like, we are making money in the Indian share market. Harsh is providing us with trading opportunities. Harsh is also telling that they have their own brokerage services at Dolphin Markets. So I'm giving you the best of everything, right? So please make sure to keep attending, right? The third live streaming session will happen after the share market closes. For anyone who has any doubt pertaining to the timings as to when the live sessions happen, do they happen regularly, do they happen once a week, twice a week, any information that is required, please get back to my assistants, write down in the comment box, get back to my assistants, and they will make sure to provide you with all the necessary information. All right, so I will see you in the third live streaming session, right? I hope you had a great afternoon. I'm looking forward to a greater evening also, right? So I will see you for the third live streaming session. Until then, take care. Bye.